Hal, I'm not sure if you still believe in Santa Claus, but he exists, and he's been very good to you over the last few days. Now you get Giancarlo Stanton. What are your thoughts?
Well, it's very exciting. He's a very special player, and as everybody's starting to realize, a real special human being as well. Everybody that's come in contact with him has really been pleasantly surprised and seems very down to earth. And he's going to be great with this young team, great with this clubhouse. We're excited.
You know, that's the first impression I take away, Hal, is a very confident, sure of himself. Yeah. And how much, I guess, research goes into that part of a trade like this?
Well, look, it's important. We feel like we have a great clubhouse. This is a very, very young, exciting group of players, and they're very good human beings. So we want to keep something like that going. Everything you just said kind of describes our team. Confident,
yeah,
right? And never out of a game, never out of a series, and I think he's going to fit right in.
Hal, when you look at the history of the Yankees, big, bold moves are dotted throughout the landscape, and I think your father obviously made a lot of those moves. As this move was evolving and then eventually happening, did it feel like an old-time Yankee move to you? Go get the big star, get the marquee guy to put some fannies in the seats, I think, as your dad used to say?
Well, look, this is New York. It's a marquee town. We all know that. But equally important to me is the fact that we're getting another good veteran that can be a mentor to our younger players. We got a lot more younger players coming. And even the younger players that have been here a year, there's still a lot to learn, even at this level. And this guy's got a lot of knowledge. So.
Hal, you just joked last time we spoke was at the Aaron Boone press conference, and you said this wasn't even on the radar yet. How did this all come about? How quickly did it happen?
It happened fairly quickly. I mean, I think Cash has been working on this probably for a week or two, but there's been ups and downs along the way there always is in trade talks or negotiations. So, but I really, the last 3 or 4 days has been pretty hectic, And even in those 3 or 4 days, there were ups and downs, trying to agree on players, trying to agree on other things. So, but it came together quickly, and yes, that is the truth. I don't think 5 days ago I really would have imagined this.
Those must be the nice phone calls to get, right?
Yes.
All right, it's Brian Cashman. We can get Giancarlo Stanton if you want. What do you think? I mean, got to be great.
Well, it was almost that quick. Yes, it was, Bob. Yeah.
If you had to describe your team going into 2018 and the youth, the energy, you talked about the different dynamic compared to a few years ago, how would you describe this team?
Well, again, we followed these kids, right, for years and years, going through the system and monitoring their progress, and to see them all in the varsity club now doing as well as they did last year, I mean, it's very rewarding, and it's very exciting for our fans, and we've done everything we can to kind of keep track of these kids as they were coming up through the system and let our fans know about them and see highlights of them. And, you know, I think everybody was waiting, and, you know, now that day has come, and there's a lot more to come.
Yeah, I guess that's where I'm going. What else is going to happen now? I mean, you go get Stanton, you might as well keep going, right? Add a pitcher or two?
I was talking about a lot more young guys to come from our system, Flash.
I'm getting greedy now. I'm getting greedy.
Well, look, this is the beginning of the process, right? Yeah. These meetings, and we've been busy with Aaron and coaching staff and a lot of other things, but we're not done yet. We're not done yet. My goal is to still be under that threshold, and we've got some money to spend, and we'll see what else shakes out here in the weeks to come. But I'm excited about the youth coming.
Sure. Hal, that was going to be my next question. You took on reportedly $265 million with Stanton, but for this year, in shedding Castro's contract, you add about $13 million to your payroll. Can you still get under the luxury tax threshold?
Absolutely, and we already are still, and we've got some money to spend, and every dollar I can possibly put back into the club, which I think my family has a pretty good track record of, we're going to do it. So we're not done yet.
When you look at the potential of this roster, what they're capable of offensively, what are you most excited about for 2018?
I just think seeing Sanchez, seeing Judge, seeing Stanton, seeing Bird, D-Day. I mean, the lineup it's just going to be a lot of fun, and I think the fans are going to really be excited about it. But we've still got some work to do on the other side of the ledger, so to speak. I think we still need to address some pitching concerns, and we will, and try to make this team as complete as possible.
Hal, final question. Aaron Boone comes aboard. Suddenly you kind of hand him the keys to the car and say, this is a great, young, dynamic team. And, oh, by the way, pick up the phone and say, do you want Giancarlo Stanton in this lineup? Has he spoken to you at all about how excited he is about this process and where he's at right now?
We just spoke upstairs. I mean, again, it came suddenly to him as well. So he's very excited. And again, this is a veteran player, but it's a young veteran player, you know, as far as I'm concerned. And I think he's going to be a great mentor and impart a lot of knowledge onto these kids.
I think we're going to use the word dynamic a lot. I feel like I've already used it a lot so far during this. Yeah. Hal, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. Thank you.